Hello, I'm Rosemary, and some of you'll know me from coming to the Arts and Crafts Club at the cabin at Cradle Hill. And what I'm going to do today is show you a lovely pack that we're going to bring to you that the Town Art Gallery has managed to have a grant to provide. And it'll look like this. This is the bag, and inside it all these lovely things for craft. And they've actually said it's for you to be an alchemist. Strange word, which is really like a scientist who discovers and uses different things to make new exciting things. And so with this equipment, they've given you a plan, a description, how to make a flag, which you can have for yourself. And we're going to add from the cabin some extra paper so that you could perhaps make one for a friend and bless them and make them feel special too. So let's just start. I'm going to follow the instructions, and first of all it says to take the bag, and this is going to be the flag. So if I get the scissors, it tells you to cut down the middle seam on the sides of the bag. Lovely sharp scissors. So you can do that both sides. So it'll open out flat, and you'll be able to make a lovely flag. To celebrate yourself, really. And there we are. Then what does it show you to do? To draw the shape of the flag. Flags come in lots of different shapes, but we're going to make this one a long, pointed one, and then we can turn over and perhaps cover that up. So if you fold it in half, you'll get the middle of the flag. There we go. And then I can draw just a very faint line. It's going to go from there, just guessing where it might be to start with, and then put in the ruler line. Hopefully it's going to be quite long, and that way you can cut both sides at once. I expect lots of you have made flags and bunting at school, or maybe even at home. It's certainly the longest one I've ever made. So there's our flag. Now those bits I'm going to lose, they're a bit messy, aren't they? Because you might well have your own paper at home as well to make a different one. There we go, a nice flag shape. Now always, I remember when you came to the club, I'd ask you to make designs, and I've used this book that came with it, and I've done some little sketches of different flags I thought I'd make, and today's I thought this one should be about being a super alchemist. So knowing lots of you like superheroes, I don't know them very well, so I've printed off some pictures. I'm going to use those to do my design. And from the edge of the paper you can see there are lots of patterns. Now I've already cut them out because it would take quite a while. So there's ones with suns on, some with hearts on, and some it says Art Alchemist. So I should be using those. And the page they've given you that's probably most useful for patterns is this one. And so the way to get the things off again is use your ruler, because it's too easy to make a mistake without a ruler. So I'm going to cut out, it's got the alphabet here, so that, make sure on the right side, you can put writing on with these letters, printed letters. So you just need to make it neaten up. I know whenever I don't use a ruler, it's very wiggly. So cut that one out. So cut all those, there we go. And then there's all these patterns that can also be used. So again, if you draw around them to neaten them up. Obviously, if you're really good at drawing, you would draw your own patterns, but these are helpful and quite pretty too. So there's quite a lot there. In fact, I'll leave that one with the words. So we also found in our stock some paper, so we're going to give you all a sheet about that size, which is patterned, which is quite colourful and will help. That's come from the cabin, as well as an extra sheet of paper to make one for a friend or someone special that you'd like to say thank you to, or maybe just help them have a happier day. There we go. So those are all those bits. And I've kept all the bits that I didn't cut up because use some white paper might be useful for making things on top of the pattern. Right, so here we are, there's the flag, and my design, I thought I'd start with this round design. I've forgotten who it's for. I'm sure you'll all know. Just let me know. And the way I'm going to do it, I'm going to draw around the masking tape onto the patterned material with my pencil. Always, when you're cutting out, go to the edge, because that leaves paper for other things. So I'm going to do one with a capital S for superhero, which would be more like Superman, and the other one with A for an artist, but perhaps do it in the design of the superheroes. Actually, I didn't need to draw two, did I? Because all you have to do is fold the paper and you can cut two at once, which is much quicker with your very sharp scissors. And we've still got that left to use if we want to. So I've got two of those, and somewhere it said I'm an alchemist. There we are, art alchemist. So I'm going to use that. I think I might leave that on there. Will that fit in there? It'll fit in the middle, won't it? Good, that's a start. And I always, before gluing anything on, best if you can, if possible, cut everything out. So then we could decorate it, perhaps with the suns along the top. Quite a lot of suns, depends how many there are. Or maybe same top and bottom. And then use the hearts. There we go. And these have all come from the edge of the paper. It's a very clever idea. How's it going to fit? It's going to be like that. So that could go down there. I'm leaving a space at the end for where it's joined to the stick. Right, that's... And I know lots of you are really good at drawing, so could do much more exciting things, but... Right, so to do my S and A, just like in Superman, I'm going to use the same size as the circle to draw the capital letters inside. And this is the back of the other paper, so you haven't got to find any more paper. So two of these, and then on one I'll do a giant S, and on one a giant capital A. So after cutting out the circle, I've drawn inside it the shape of the super alchemist, and the A like that for the alchemist, the word alchemist. You could of course do the first letter of your name if you wanted to. And now I'm going to stick it all on there and see what else we need to do. Well, I've glued most of the bits on now, coloured in the letters, and I thought actually I need to use these lovely crayons, so I thought I'd put some lovely stars. You can, all of you I'm sure, can draw other things on here, much more exciting. much more colourful. But when you have finished, it suggests you use your ruler and use the masking tape, which is really easy to undo. And to tear it, you just need to put both hands like that, or you can use the scissors, and they suggest that. But I suggest maybe out when you're walking under the trees, you can find a twig, and that's what I've done from my garden. Just attach it very carefully or just very roughly, it's up to you. Put it on there. Just make sure it's well attached at the bottom so it doesn't come undone. Perhaps a little bit top and bottom, and then a long piece to keep it on. And then of course you want to put it somewhere. And I think the suggestion would be that you put it where you work, wherever you are. And there we are, we put our flag. And some of you may have made these with us at the art club, but an empty jam jar, and we decorated them before, and some stones in the bottom, or maybe just your crayons. And you can have that every time you're working, to remember that you make wonderful things when you're an artist, and we're all artists because we're all good at creating. And the last thing about the pack, we have put into it this card, prayer card, which is for anyone and everyone to read, because it just says if you're worried about anything, pray about everything. And I certainly know that the first thing I do in the morning is thank God for all the amazing things there are, and then start to think of the other things and ask God to help me to do something about them, to solve them, and He gives me His peace. And I hope while you're making this, children, you'll have great fun. There's always the bubbles as well. And I just got a few others that I made just to give you some idea. If you make another one, here we are, here's one. Don't worry, just pray. This one, using a magazine, just with stripe down to say thank you, to give to a friend or a neighbour, someone special. And then this, the first one I made, which was with all mostly sticking on. But I think many of you will want to draw pictures because you're so good at drawing things. Have fun. Goodbye. Hope to see you soon. Bye.